Hello, wonderful students of ED UU 677 Autism Spectrum Disorders, Programming and Strategies 2. Let's review with a presentation on Assistive Technology for Students with ASD, presented by Diane Zier on this date, June 13th, 2021. Categories of assistive technology. We have categories for daily living, augmentative communication, computer applications, environmental control systems, home, worksite modifications, prosthetics and orthotics, mobility, seating and positioning, vision, hearing, learning, cognition, and developmental, vehicle modifications and transportation, and lastly, recreations, sports, and leisure. There are three basic categories of assistive technology: high-tech, mid-tech, and low-tech. High-tech are devices that are typically computer-based, likely to have sophisticated features, and can be tailored to the specific needs of an individual student. Mid-tech devices are usually digital and require batteries or other power sources. Low-tech devices are readily available, inexpensive, and typically do not require batteries or electricity. Assistive technology for communication and language. A variety of systems are available, varying from simple to highly sophisticated and offering different features, including digitized, human quality recorded, or synthesized, computer-generated speech output, access methods and alternative access options, including direct, switch, and eye gaze access, spelling and/or symbol systems to represent language, physical characteristics like weight and size, which affect portability, connectivity to other technologies like the internet and social media. High-tech for communication and language are for users who are experienced system users who require high-technology systems to enable them to communicate at a level commensurate with their language understanding. Advanced level system users are able to use a large, pre-stored vocabulary set and generate novel language, for example, put words together in their own unique combination. The federal definition of assistive technology: any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired commercially or off. Low-tech assistive technology for communication and language. Chronologically or developmentally young children have limited or no prior exposure to AAC. May not understand the relationship between visual symbols and concepts, or have the physical skills to access displays with a number of symbols. May be starting to follow directions with routines and familiar activities, primarily using vocalizations, facial expressions, gestures, and body language to communicate with others. Assistive technology for academics and cognition. High-tech assistive technology devices and services can solve everyday problems for people with learning disabilities and attention limitations, limiting difficulty in cognitive areas for work, school, and home, while helping students learn more effectively. Assistive technology for transition planning. Assistive technology devices or services help people with disabilities participate more independently, not only in school settings but also in their homes and employment. AT options are individualized and based on personal needs. Assistive technology can help employers and post-secondary institutions make reasonable accommodations for their employees and students with disabilities, as well as helping people with disabilities live more independent lives in their community. Assistive technology for transition planning. Considerations when planning for daily living activities. Can the student eat? Can the student prepare food? Can the student do laundry? Can the student groom and take care of hygiene? Can the student perform housekeeping activities? Can the student manage time and follow a schedule? Adaptations for consideration. Dressing aids, adaptive clothing, reachers, grabbers, low-tech aids, adaptive kitchen utensils, adaptive kitchen dishes, roll-in shower, adaptive appliances, adaptive hygiene devices, environmental controls, adaptive grooming tools, assistive time devices, assistive memory devices, adaptive mobility devices, electronic organizers, day planners, emergency response systems, alarm system, adaptive bathing devices, color-coded items. Assistive technology for transition planning. Considerations when planning for transportation activities. Can the student drive? Can the student get in, out of any vehicle to be a passenger? Can the student transfer into a vehicle and load mobility device? Can the student get into vehicle with ramp or lift? Can the student independently manage or arrange transportation? Can the student independently utilize public transportation? Adaptations for consideration. Adaptive driving equipment. Van with ramp or lift. Car top or bumper carrier or mobility device. Assistive technology for transition planning. Considerations when planning for tolerance. Can the student physically tolerate a full day of work, school? Can the student emotionally tolerate a full day of work, school? Can the student medically tolerate a full day of work, school? Can the student environmentally tolerate a full day of work, school? Adaptations for consideration. Distance learning. Adaptive seating and positioning. Electronic communication. Organizers. Day planners. Assistive technology for transition planning. Considerations when planning for mobility. Can the student navigate at a reasonable pace? Can the student navigate outside on varied terrain? Can the student tolerate and be mobile at this pace for 3 city blocks? Can the student carry a 5-pound backpack while being mobile? Can the student operate controls to access community building access devices? Adaptations for consideration. Power wheelchair. Manual wheelchair. Powered scooter. Walker. cane, crutches, grab rails, environmental controls. Assistive technology for transition planning, considerations when planning for communication. Can the student communicate wants and needs to non-familiar communication partner? Can the student independently operate a telephone? Can the student independently communicate with non-familiar person on a phone? Can the student understand and remember simple verbal directions? Can the student understand and remember complex verbal directions? Adaptations for consideration. Eye gazed board, relay system, picture or spelling board, electronic voice output device, computer-based speech device, adaptive bathing devices, adaptive telephone, TTY, adaptive writing devices, laptop computer, voice output reminders, electronic organizers. Assistive technology for transition planning, considerations when planning for computer access. Can the student perform manipulative tasks such as turning on or off the computer, entering data, operating mouse, handling paper in an efficient manner? Can the student control the cursor? Can the student see the computer screen? Can the student manage the keyboard? Can the student access the internet? Adaptations for consideration. Keyboard built-in adjustments. Alternative keyboard. Voice input. On-screen keyboard. Voice output. Armrest. Adjustable workstation. Alternate mouse function. Productivity enhancement software. Morse code. Switch operator. Scanning. Braille writer. Screen adaptations. Assistive technology for transition planning. Considerations when planning for literacy. Can the student manipulate books and newspapers to read independently? Can the student comprehend print materials prepared for the general public? Can the student see text to read? Can the student physically produce written information? Can the student communicate ideas in a written format at their expected level of proficiency? Adaptations for consideration. Page turner, book holder, scanner, optical character recognition, picture text and instructions, voice output, talking word processor, highlighted text, enlarged text, recorded materials, signature stamp, organized aids, electronic organizers, handheld text readers and scanners, computerized text adaptations, productivity enhancement software.